and welcome into Millard South Media. The Patriots taking on Lincoln High. But before we get to pregame coverage, it's senior night at Buell Stadium. So the Millard South players will be taking the field with their parents and significant others to be honored. Everybody getting ready. Aiden Miller will be the first one to walk out. The captains are rejoining their parents after the coin toss. And if you're just joining us here at Millard South Media, we'll have pregame coverage for you in about 15 minutes. But we're starting off with senior night. As the seniors are taking the field with their parents, and we'll go one by one. Starting off with Aiden Miller. And Aiden's a starting defensive tackle for Millard South. Transferred back here from Texas, and he's been an instant impact for this Patriot squad. Now to Javante Walker, starting cornerback for Millard South. He's had a great breakout year for the Patriots. Next up, we have Nolan Feller, the running back, coming back from injury today. We'll get into that in pregame coverage. One of the best running backs in Class N. He'll make his return right before the playoffs. He's all suited up and ready to go. Next up, we have Ian Langer, backup quarterback. A guy who can do it all for Millard South, dual threat. Next up is Dom Duggan, 6'5", lanky receiver, untapped potential there. He's a guy who could really make this Millard South offense a lot better. He's been dealing with injuries all year long, but this guy has untapped potential. Next up is Caleb Panowitz, committed to Wayne State. He's been a playmaker for this Millard South team. Recently started at safety against Westside, had a solid game. Next up is Caden Olin, California Baptist Wrestling commit, but he's just as good on the gridiron. Plays tight end and linebacker for this Patriot squad. Next up is Travion Weaver. Fortunately has been out with injury, but he's a guy this Millard South team really likes. Next is Carter Columb. Another really good depth piece on this Millard South team. Next up is DeLon Jones, number 14, starting cornerback. He's a guy who really came up clutch for Millard South too this year. Had a great year. Now Christian McCoy, number 15. Fortunately been out with injury for most of the year. Next up is Ben Menichetti, number 19. Again, another guy who can do it all for Millard South. Plays wide receiver, has also been their punter. Also plays soccer for the Patriots. Next up is Caleb Welch. Next is Nazir Jizunu. Nazir, another player in the secondary, really stepped up when his name was called. Vontae Jackson up next, number 26, running back for the Patriots. Austin Summers, the next one up, number 28. Austin Witzke, number 37, up next. Tanner Fuller, linebacker for Millard South, now up. Jared Laquana now, number 56. His entire family playmaker on this defensive line for the Patriots, committed to South Dakota State. '59, Dylan Chambers up next. Gets a strong ovation from the crowd. It's a fan favorite here at Buell Stadium. Titus Snyder up next. Now up is Joey Brace. Keeping it with the offensive line, we have Jake Springer. Now we have Max Gray. Now we have Maddox. And now we have Nathan Thompson, starting kicker for Millard South, number 99. And that'll cap it off. And that's all of them, the Millard South seniors with all their parents. And we're hoping they have a big game today here on Buell Stadium. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you for pregame coverage. And welcome to Millard South Football, presented to you by Millard South Media. We have a senior night matchup in front of us today with the Lincoln High Lynx coming to town to take on the number 2 ranked Millard South Patriots. It's a warm night here at Buell Stadium with temperatures recorded at 70 degrees and wind speeds of only 6 miles per hour. Welcome up to the booth. I'm Wilson Dittman, joined alongside my partner, as always, Mason Steinhoff. And Mason, what do you got for us today?
Well, the Patriots obviously entering the game coming off a loss to Westside. It was felt throughout the locker room. It stung. I bet it still stings for some of the players and coaches. But look, Westside is the best team in the state right now. Okay, that's just that. It's time to move forward, learn from that game, live for today and only today. Do your best today.
Absolutely, and I mean, you have a good rebound opportunity with the Lincoln High team that's struggling, especially on senior night. Let's get ready to get the win. If you're Millard South and Lincoln, they could really make some noise. It's their final game. If they get the upset, that would be huge for them. But let's get into pregame coverage, starting off with how Millard South got here at 7-1. They were 7-0 going into last week against Westside. And really, I mean, you already talked about that Westside game. Really struggled, but ended up coming through and making it a close ball game. Millard West to start off the year 28-27, really close game, but they fought through it, and really a Millard West mistake at the end there is the reason why the Patriots got off with a win.
Yeah, fun to watch, although it was messy too with both teams making just plain out foolish mistakes. But Millard South held on to win, starting the season off strong 1-0.
You see a lot of ranked wins here for Millard South. Number 2 at the time, Elkhorn South, they shut them out at Buell Stadium, along with beating number 3, Gretna, on the road, 38-7. I mean, a lot of impressive wins, along with Lincoln East at number 10, who, I mean, it's important to get those wins, Mason, because you might replay these teams in the playoffs, and we'll get to that at halftime and postgame. By postgame, by the way, we might have the bracket, and we might reveal that here on Millard South Media. You never know. So really interesting here, 7-1 by Millard South. Of course, they lost last week, but they're still going to be the number 2 seed going into the playoffs, assuming they win today. Now let's get to last year's matchup against Lincoln High. So the Patriots started off this game 34-0 with Lincoln just scoring 2 touchdowns right at the end. Adonis Hutchinson, the senior at the time, with 1 passing touchdown, and then Corlin Williams-Barney, who's back for the Lynx, had a good game with an INT for a touchdown. The other side of things, Cam Colger had another great game with 5 total touchdowns, and Brock Murdaugh, ex-Millard South media member, also with an INT, a touchdown. He was all over the field for him, Mason.
Yeah, the Patriots were coming off a close loss versus Westside in overtime. It was Kozel's best game last year, relating to his completion percentage, as he impressed with 5 total touchdowns that included 4 through the air and 1 on the ground.
Now let's get to our star showdown. Starting off with Lincoln High, Corlin Williams-Barney. What do you got for us?
Wilson, he's a power back type of player. He's agile. He's got good balance. He played in the game last season versus Millard South and actually had a pick 6 on the defensive side on the ball. So expect the unexpected, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see where he plays. He plays both ways. I've been hearing that he's going to play mostly defense in this ball game, so we'll see. But a guy who really can make plays on both sides of the ball. And then going to the other side, Millard South, Dylan Cool, no doubt about it, that's going to be our star. He had a defensive touchdown last game, 4 on the year. He's a guy who makes plays all over the field, INTs, forced fumbles, fumble recoveries. This is a guy the Lynx need to stop on defense in order to succeed. Man, he's just a stud, Mason.
Yeah, he scores a receiving touchdown every now and then, but when he's on the defensive side of the ball like you were talking about, that's what really makes him stand out the most, whether that's getting pick sixers or scooping and scoring. He wants to ensure that he gets in the end zone on defense whenever the football ends up in his hands. He's only a junior. Put on some sunglasses because that guy's got a bright future ahead of himself.
Now going to our X Factor. I like that, Mason. Put on the sunglasses. That was nice. Now going to our X Factor, Isaiah Traylor. So Gabe Bruca went down last game against Westside. That was the backup running back for Millard South. And Nolan Feller was also out. So now they're down to their 3rd string. But we'll get to the injury report in our next section. Nolan Feller may or may not make a return. But Isaiah Traylor for now is the running back one. He needs to have a big impact. Transfer from Burke. He's a shifty guy, but really needs to come through really raw as a player.
He's a young player. Running back depth for South is lacking right now because of injuries. Nothing going really for Traylor last week, only 8 yards. He has to, like you were saying, he has to step up and rise to the challenge because the run game for the Pats has been crucial this year. That's been a big part of their success. They've relied on it.
Now let's get to our injury report. We're just talking about the running back Isaiah Traylor, but let's talk about the running back room as a whole. Nolan Feller has been out since week 3 with the torn meniscus, but I hear that he will play today. He was all suited up. Now, he probably will be on a snap count, but it'll be interesting to see how many drives he plays. This is one of the best running backs in Class A making a reappearance, and that makes an already scary Millard South offense even scarier. Now going to Gabe Pruka. So he had an injury last week against Westside, like we already mentioned. He will be out for an extended period of time. Not sure how long just yet, but a blow to this Millard South backfield. But Nolan Feller back, it really, really helps him out. Now let's get to our keys to the game. Starting off with the Lynx. Mason, what do you got?
Create turnovers. We saw last week that when Tamala was under pressure and getting the heat from the Westside guys, he made mistakes, and some of his throws were definitely questionable.
Yeah, Millard South, you still have an unexperienced quarterback. He's still a sophomore. Westside really got to him last week, and when they got pressure like we talked about, he threw a couple picks through balls he shouldn't throw, and sometimes he just doesn't have that instinct to throw the ball away. He ends up throwing it into coverage. Lynx really need to get to him. They can get to him, and especially with the Millard South O-line that struggled, they can definitely get a couple interceptions and make this ball game interesting.
Also, you want to limit Amarion. He's a leader in yards and touchdowns at wide receiver in the entire state. Millard South is going to be looking to go pass heavy. Just don't have mismatches when covering him.
Yeah, Marion Jackson, the best receiver in the state, and only a sophomore, and Lynx have definitely got to stop him.
And lastly, play risky. You're 2-6 on the year, not much else to lose, and Millard South has started slow in some previous games. It's going to take more than field goals to win this game, so be creative.
Let's go now to Millard South, and starting off with establishing the running game. Nolan Feller is back, and really, when Millard South runs for more than 100 yards on the ground, that's when this offense is best. If they can get that going with Nolan Feller and Isaiah Traylor, they're going to feel really confident about making this game, maybe even a blowout before halftime. Now going to the second one, limit crucial mistakes. That's really been the killer for the Patriots squad. Not only has it been interceptions or fumbles, but it's been those penalties that we really haven't seen from them in the past. They've came up huge, especially against Westside. They had a fumble, had 3 picks. You can't have that happen today. And number 3, and this is probably the biggest one for Millard South, is stay healthy. They have been hit by the injury bug more than any team in Class A. A lot of guys been out, whether that's on the O-line, whether that's in the running back room. Stay healthy and get healthy going into the playoffs. You're going to need to have your A game. Now let's get to the end of our pregame show. We have the cheerleaders. There we go. We have the cheerleaders with their fire. I mean, that is a show to watch in and of itself. We'll be right back with you here for kickoff on Millard South Media. And Millard South getting ready to take the field for the senior night matchup, regular season finale. Crowd really getting into it here. Enter Sandman is playing. And they're led out by DeLon Jones. Let's get this ball game started. The light show beforehand. Let's go. And again, welcome up to the broadcast booth. I'm Wilson Dittman, joined alongside my partner Mason Steinhoff. And man, we got a good game for you. Friday Night Lights action, the regular season finale. The Lynx are set to receive. And this Lynx squad, although the record says they're 2-6, this is a talented team nonetheless. They can really make some noise.
Much better weather than last week. Let's play some football.
Nathan Thompson ready to kick this thing off. Again, a lot of other big games going on in Class A. We'll have score updates for you all broadcast long. Let's kick this one off on senior night. Lynx set to return. A little bit of a pooch kick. Caught by the Lynx at the 20-yard line. Trying to make something happen. He'll be tackled right at the 25. That's number 2, Solomon White for the Lynx. Not too many Lincoln players traveled here to Buell. Only a group of about, let's say, 40 or 50. I'd say that's even generous. Low on bodies at this point in the year. Lynx set to take the field, led by their starting quarterback, Remy Chapman. Let's see what they can do. Looks like they're in an I form. A lot of Nebraska fans will like seeing that.
Millard South, of course, in their 4-3 base defense.
And it looks like Aiden Miller jumped. And that'll push the Lynx ahead 5 yards. It's a good way to start off this ball game. So now first down and 5 for the Lynx. Corlin Williams-Barney is the running back for Lincoln High. They give the snap to him on a running play right up the middle. Trying to push ahead for some extra yards. And he'll get, looks about 1 yard.
Nothing going there, just stuffed by this Patriots defensive line.
And Corlin Williams-Barney, I mean, he's a very talented running back, hard runner. Well, it'll be a test to see how this Lynx O-line can stack up against the Patriots D-line, which is one of the best in all of Class A. And they're looking to cause some havoc.
Lincoln High taking their time here.
Second down and 4. I-form formation. Chapman takes a snap. Flag before it. I think they're going to send this one back. False start on the Lynx. And nope, that's going to go on Millard South. An offsides call. That'll be a first down for Lincoln High. So first drive, first down, and that's just due to Millard South mistakes.
I'm not for sure, but I think it was Adam Pugh.
And that
jumped early.
And we talked about it pregame, right? This Millard South D line specifically has been dealing with a lot of penalties, especially against Lincoln High, they struggled. They had about 10 false starts in that game, or excuse me, encroachment penalties. So first down and 10 for the Lynx. I form once again. They give it off to the fullback. He'll get a gain of about 3. Looks like that's number 44, Denzel Lee. There's a couple running backs that the Lynx really like. Would not be surprised if we saw Zion Jenkins and Javaria Mason, a couple other running backs they feel really good about. They're going to say that's a gain of 5. The Lynx doing a good job on the ground early. Chapman takes the snap, gives up to his running back, Cortland Barney. And this Millard South defense is all over it. Huge stop. Third down and 8. And now a must-pass situation for this Lynx offense. Have still yet to see Remy Chapman throw the football on this one, Mason. They stick with the I form. 2 receivers to the right-hand side. Chapman takes a snap, rolls to his right, trying to find someone to throw it to. Just throws it out of bounds right away. Nobody was there. Honestly, the smart decision with this Millard South secondary. They're all over the ball. If he threw one into covers, that might have been picked off and went the other way. So now the punting crew takes the field for the Lynx, and Amarion Jackson is back there to return for Millard South. Lewis Wellstead, the punter for Lincoln High. It's a high punt, not much distance on it. It'll take a Millard South bounce, and they're going to down it at the 43-yard line. So not a great punt by the Lynx, and that'll set up the Patriots really nice. So this Patriots offense now takes the field in shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the right-hand side, 2 to the left.
Nolan Feller, of course, back from his injury.
And they're not going to give it on the first play. Yes, they will. Screen pass over to him. Still has some great burst. Cuts inside now, and he'll get the first down and a little bit more. First play back from injury, and Nolan Feller converts for a first down.
Really nice blocking on that far side from those receivers.
And I think we're going to see a lot of that today for Nolan Feller. They're not going to run too much in between the tackles. Might want to give it off to him in space, especially coming back from injury. Motion pre-snap by DeLon Jones. And they will, in fact, give it to Nolan Feller, and he'll get about nothing. Good play on the defensive side of the ball. Guess who? Cortland Williams-Barney.
Yep. It's going to be a factor today for this Lincoln High team.
Patriots trying to score quick. Really set the tempo for this ball game. Trips to the near side, one receiver to the far. Nolan Feller in the backfield. The sophomore quarterback, Jet Tamala, takes the snap, looking to his left-hand side. Screen pass over to Marion Jackson. Trying to find room to run at the 40, 35, 30. Pushing forward, and he'll be down at the 27-yard line. Again, it doesn't need to be hard. You don't need to get all the yards at once. And those quick screen passes that Millard South has done all year have proven to be very effective, Mason.
Marion Jackson, of course, only a sophomore. He's been a breakout star. Really bright, 2 years ahead of him.
And we keep harping on him. I mean, this is a guy who's going to be a national recruit. Back to the ball game. They give it up to Nolan Feller up the middle. Trying to find room to run. Now he's at the 20, 15, 10. Breaks a tackle. Still up. He's fighting for the goal line, and he'll be down at what looks like the 2-yard line. Vintage self for Nolan Feller. He looks 100%, and he's back.
Great blocking up front from this Patriots offensive line. They struggled the last 2 weeks, but looking really great so far today.
And Mason, is there any doubt? If I'm Millard South, I'm giving up to Nolan Feller here at the goal line. Let him convert, especially back from injury.
If it works, stick with it.
They're going to pitch it to him on the right-hand side, trying to find open field. He has a lot of room, and he'll get in for the touchdown. Makes a quick move on the Lincoln High defender, and Nolan Feller, in his first game back from injury, first drive back from injury even, goes all the way down the field and gets 6 for the Millard South Patriots. What a way to start off this ball game.
Love to see it.
To set the tempo, and it hits us a little different when it's number 2, coming back from injury after everything he went through in rehab, to come back and get a touchdown on the first drive. That one's special. PAT is up and good by Nathan Thompson. And we'll take a quick break with you here on Millard South Media. And welcome back to this one. One drive, one touchdown by the Millard South Patriots, and now it's up to Lincoln High to respond. We know how quick this Millard South team can go down and score, and if you're the Lynx, you do not want that to happen anymore. You're hoping not to make this a blowout. Let's be competitive in this ball game. Nathan Thompson set to kick this one off. No wind today at all. And it'll be another pooch kick. Up to number 4, corrals it in time. Now cut it inside. Millard South will get all over that 28-yard line. So now this Lynx High offense retaking the field. Remy Chapman at quarterback. And the running game really wasn't there in the first drive. Got a first down. You got to utilize your best player somehow, and Williams Barney. But in order to beat this Millard South team, you might have to air this football out. Remy Chapman is really going to be tested today.
This offense has got to be aggressive. They've got to be creative against this Millard South defense.
I formation, one receiver to the right, one to the left. They're going to get off to the fullback, and he'll get nothing. Millard South all over that.
Easily read.
It looks like that was number 7, Javarian Mason. There's a lot of running backs that Lincoln High really likes to utilize. Would not be surprised if we saw upwards of 4 or 5 get a couple carries in this one.
Lincoln High taking their time, subbing in and subbing out.
And honestly, that's what we need to do, Mason, especially against a Millard South team. Slow the game down. No need to go tempo.
Yep, you got to refocus yourself after every play.
2 receivers in the near side. I formation once again. He's going to roll right, looking to pass. And he'll just loft it up, almost picked off by Caden Olin.
Not sure what he saw there.
And he just can't loft that football off. It's just really dangerous. Threw it over his head.
Talking about cool, he's had a couple of pick sixes on the year, so if he was able to bring that in, he could have took that to the house.
Absolutely. So now it's going to set up a 3rd down and 10. And really what I want to see from this Lincoln High team, let's get in shotgun. Let's see what we can do on a clear and obvious passing down. They're going to stick with the I form, however. 2 receivers to the far side. 1 fullback, 1 running back. Remy Chapman takes the snap, gives off to his running back, Corlin Barney. He'll get absolutely nothing. Quick 3 and out by this Millard South defense, and the punting crew is back on the field for the Lynx. Interesting punting formation here from the Lynx. Really heavy set. There's a guy back there, number 44, Denzel Lee. Looks like he's just a blocker. This one's a low punt. Let's see if it takes a Lynx bounce. It will. Going inside the 40, and it'll be marked at around the 37-yard line. A little bit better of a punt. Went really high the first time and really low the second. We'll take a quick break with you here on Millard South Media. quick break there, and we are back. Patriots retaking the field. Shotgun formation look. Nolenfeller is still the back for this Patriots team. They're going to get off to him up the middle, trying to find room. Has plenty of room, and he'll inch forward for looks like 9 yards. Really good blocking down the field by Max Gray. He made a great play. Trips to the near side. 2nd down and 2 for the Patriots. Tamal takes a snap, looking to pass. Plenty of time in the pocket. Dumps it off to DeLon Jones. Took it the first down and out of bounds. The 45-yard line. Good job to toe tap along the sideline to stay in bounds, get some extra yards, Mason.
Yeah, Millard South just throwing to, the sidelines, and it's working. Sticking with it.
Patriots now inside Lynx territory. Jet looking to pass on the right-hand side. Plenty of time in the pocket. Now looking to his left. Now he's going to scramble. Still has time. Flips up to Caden Nolan. He'll get his feet in bounds. That's a catch. Plenty of time there for Jet Tamal to look over his options and flip it up to his trusted tight end, Caden Nolan. But there is a flag. I think this is going to come back on Millard South. Looks like it was right at the line of scrimmage.
I think it was a holding call. Not for sure.
And yep, you are right, Mason. Was a hold on Millard South, so that'll back him up 10 yards. So that's going to set up a 1st and 20 for the Patriots. We know this Millard South offense can get some yards in a hurry. Motion pre-snap by DeLon Jones. Play action. Looking to his right-hand side. They give it to DeLon. At the 50, 45. Good downfield blocking by Martin Jackson. He's still in bounds, and now he'll get out at the 30-yard line. And that'll be enough for a 1st down. Or no, they're going to call it a yard short. So that'll set up a 2nd and 1. And a 1st and 20 was almost erased. Dom Juggett checking in. One of this wide receivers that Millard South really likes. Trips in the near side. Patriots take the snap. Play action. Screen pass over to Marion Jackson. He'll get the 1st down. Working inside. Now he has room to run. And he's going to get in. 5 touchdown for Millard South. Cut inside. Had great downfield blocking. And Marion Jackson makes it look easy for the Patriots.
The Lincoln High defense there just looked confused.
And that's what can happen when you're playing against a Millard South team. It's those quick dink and dunk passes that can go from 5 yards to a touchdown. Nathan Thompson in for the PAT. Low snap, the really good hold, and it'll be good. 14-0 to score here at Buell Stadium with 5 minutes left to go in the 1st quarter. Don't go away. And look on the screen right now, we have Mooncam. Mooncam makes its return. We haven't been able to do it the last 2 streams, but it's out tonight, makes its appearance here in Omaha, Nebraska. And welcome back to this one. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns by the Patriots. This one will be returned. Oh, man, upended. at the 15-yard line.
And I think that was Caleb Hanowitz who laid the boom there. Great special teams.
Caleb Hanowitz is a guy Millard South really likes on both sides of the ball. Had a pretty solid game against Westside, replacing the injured Gus Gadsden. This feels like a must-score drive by the Lynx offense. You do not want this lead to get any bigger from the Patriots. Really set the tempo and say, hey, we're here to play too. 5:26 left to go here in the first quarter. Chapman takes his time. He's going to roll to the right, trying to find anybody. Pitches it to his running back. They're going to call that incomplete pass. And the running back was ahead of him, so by rule that is incomplete. But really dangerous. They're not sure what he was doing. Thought he might have just been flipping the ball to him.
Lincoln High making some questionable decisions so far.
And I completely support them trying to air the ball out a little bit, but not in that manner. So that'll set up a 2nd down and 10 deep in Millard South territory, or excuse me, deep in the Lynx territory, trying to get out of it. Eye for him like it's been all game. Remy Chapman in at quarterback. He'll give it off to the fullback, trying to push forward, and he'll get a gain of nothing. That was Denzel Lee on the carry.
Millard South has definitely sniffed out the run game so far.
Lynx just really struggling to get anything going. Again, there is talent on this roster. Just about culminating it all together. Quick score update around the Metro. Lincoln South, or excuse me, not Lincoln South, Omaha North and Elkhorn South, 0-0. That's a game we'll keep our eyes on. Has some seeding implications for Millard South. Pass there from Remy Chapman, incomplete. Great pressure. Looks like that was Adam Pugh. Or no, excuse me, that was Harper Rutan in on the pressure.
And he was wanting to get it to Denzel Lee there, but Denzel Lee wasn't looking back, so nothing doing.
3 drives, 3 punts here from the Lynx. Mario Jackson back to return. I would not mind seeing if he can pop one for potentially a touchdown. Good snap to the punter. Almost got a block. Think they might have got a hand on it.
Maybe a finger.
But that'll take a Lynx bounce. And they're going to mark that, wow, at the 46-yard line. That took about a 20-yard bounce in Lynx' favor. So that's where the Patriots will start off their 3rd drive at the 48-yard line.
Patriots have had perfect field position on every single one of their drives to open up.
So some more updates around the Metro. Gretna and Lincoln East tied 7-7. Creighton Prep and Benson, the 0-8 Benson Bunnies, are tied at 7-7 apiece. That would be huge if Benson were to do something like that and get a huge win against Creighton Prep, who needs this win to make the playoffs. And then Miller West and Bryan are still tied 0-0. Back to this one. Nolan Feller still in at running back. Looks like he might play the entire game, or at least the first half. Jetamala takes a snap. Look at his left-hand side to pass. Bullets it into Mario Jackson right on the money. That's caught at the 15-yard line by Amara Jackson. Dived for it, and man, oh man. And wow, they're going to call that a no catch, and Mario Jackson can't believe it.
Coach Wisdom is furious on the sideline
and from
the referee.
From up in the booth, it looked like he got 2 hands on that. We're seeing the instant replay right now. And that looked like a clean catch. He had control all the way. That was a terrible call by the refs. I mean, let's call it what it is.
And Amaria knew he caught it there,
I mean,
too.
he knew it right away. And, man, that is bamboozling. So a big play's wiped off the board. 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. Pistol look. They're going to give it off to Nolan Feller up the middle. Jukes him, man. Stays up, but he'll be down at the 50-yard line. And that will set up a 3rd down and 8. Four minutes left to go here in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, I'm Wilson Dittman, joined alongside my color commentator, Mason Steinhoff, in the booth. We've been bringing you scores all game long. If you want Elkhorn South, we'll get back to that one. And we'll have a halftime show going over all the scores and how they impact Millard South. Trips in the near side. Jettamala takes the pass, looking to left-hand side, and that'll be almost picked off. Risky pass over to Isaac Jensen. Number 5, Lewis Wellstead, made a great play on the ball. And that's going to set up a 4th down for Millard South. Just can't have those type of risky pass. One of our key to the game for Lincoln High was to win the turnover battle, and that would have been a huge statement. 4th down at the 50-yard line. They're going to go for it. Not too surprising if you're familiar with Coach Wisdom. Trips to the near side, one receiver to the far. Nolan Feller in at running back. Quarterback Jettamala takes the pass, looking to his left-hand side, steps up in the pocket, has plenty of time. Now he rifles it into Isaac Jensen, wide open, and he just overthrows him. Isaac Jensen had him beat by about 10 yards, and Jettamala was just off. And Lincoln High with a huge stop, and they're going to get the football at the 50-yard line.
Plays that will just make you frustrated as a receiver.
And we're going to take a quick break with them here on Millard South Media. And welcome back to this one. Lincoln High takes over at the 50-yard line after a turnover of downs on the Patriots. Get off to their running back. He'll fight for a couple extra yards, but only a gain of what looks like 2.
Looks like he had a good look of field there, but the gap closed right away.
This O-line just not doing Williams Barney any favors in at running back. You know, we're getting a really powerful runner, but he doesn't have any room to run. What good does it do? One receiver to the far, one to the near. I form for Lincoln High. I'm getting the signal from the sideline. Chapman gives it up to his fullback, and that'll be a gain of nothing. Denzel Lee in on the carry. Lincoln High with only 1 first down so far this game, and that was due to a penalty by Millard South. Really just gave him free 10 yards. 3rd down and 9. Lincoln High really needs to get some points here. Have a golden opportunity. And let's see if they can do anything. Long huddle. 10 seconds left on the play clock. I-form formation. Patriots showing blitz. They're going to pitch it off to the running back, Williams Barney, and he'll get corralled. What a big hit there. My goodness. That was Caleb Panowitz who made the play. And that's what he brings you out to that safety spot. And he laid the boom on Williams Corney.
And he's showed out so far here on senior night. Wow.
Another punt here from the Lynx. Marion Jackson back to return. And like I just said earlier, we're still waiting on him to have a big return. We know he can. Patriots showing a block. They're trying to get to him, and they don't. Low punt. Marion Jackson's not even going to make an attempt for it. That'll be marked inside the 20-yard line. So not great field position by Millard South, but they get off the field with another 3-and-out defensively. We'll take a quick break. Welcome back. That'll be a pre-snap penalty there from Millard South. False start, and that'll set up a 1st down and 15.
Lincoln High taking anything they can get.
And really quick, just got a tweet here on the journalism account. Somebody wanted the Ralston score, and I regret to inform you, Ralston is down 21-0 against Plattsmouth. Back to this one, 1st down and 15. 2 receivers to the left-hand side, 1 to the far. They give it off to Nolan Peller. He has plenty of room to run. Go along the outside, makes a move, trying to stay up, and he'll be down at the 34. And Nolan Feller, one of the things he provides you is great vision when he's looking for a hole, and then when he finds one, he will burst through it and make a great play.
And that's what college coaches are going to want to see, those big bursts of energy.
And Nolan Feller committed to Minnesota State Moorhead. New back in there for Millard South. Looks like that's Daxton Williams who got the carry. Starting linebacker, sophomore for him. And that's a surprise. Not a guy who plays too much running back. So they went away from Isaiah Traylor. Let's see what he has. Dittman to throw. Wide open man, Isaac Jensen makes the catch and now makes the moves at the 30, 25, 20, and he'll be tripped up. He had plenty of green grass in front of him. The Lincoln High defender made a great play to drag him down. But now the Patriots are inside the red zone. Trips to the far side. Dittman takes a snap, gives off to his running back Nolan Feller. Excuse me, that's Daxton Williams bowling his way inside, and now inside what looks like the 5. Patriots going tempo.
A great way to get the young guys involved.
Trying to get a score here before the end of the first. Have about 20 seconds left to go. Pistol look. They're going to get off to Daxton. Right-hand side trying to find room to run, and he'll get in for the Millard South touchdown. The Patriots convert, go all the way down the field, and they're in for 6. And there's the student section cam. They're getting excited. Switch the cam, switch the cam. Now Nathan Thompson in on the PAT, trying to make the score 21-0. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and the kick is true. Millard South extends their lead 21-0 against the Lincoln High Lynx. And we'll take a quick break with you here on Millard South Media. And real quick, let's see the student section. It's a red out here at Millard South, and they came up huge. As always, everybody is here from the school. In Millard South, I'll make a claim right now. This is the best student section in all of Nebraska. I mean, they support like no other. And welcome back to this one. 11 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Patriots set to kick this off.
Lincoln High needing to make noise on this next drive, or the game's going to end up getting out of reach.
Another pooch kickoff there from Nathan Thompson. Had trouble receiving it. Millard South trying to make a play on the ball. They say they have it. Refs have yet to make a call, and yes, they do. A little bit of confusion there from the Lynx. Nobody got under the ball. I think just they didn't know who was going to get to it. And Millard South comes up huge with a heads-up play, and they're going to take this football at about the 20-yard line, looking to extend this score. And that's a huge swing. Right when you thought the Lynx might get the football back and make a play. Millard South says no to that. Get the ball right back. Now this Patriots offense taking over at the 20-yard line. All the starters still in. You can expect them to be in for at least the first half. There's a flag already on the play. Delay a game, it looks like. I don't know, back the Patriots up 5 yards. I think they started the play clock a little too early. Patriots still taking the field.
After getting the ball at around the 20, it's just something that you hate to have happen for the Patriots.
Pistol formation for Millard South. Tamala takes the snap, going to get it off to his running back, Nolan Feller. Has plenty of room to run now, cuts to the outside, makes one man miss, still up, now cuts inside, gets the first down and more. He'll be finally drugged down at the 12-yard line. Nolan Feller, I mean, this guy is shifty. He's slippery, and, man, they can't bring him down.
He's playing like he's back and like he never left.
That'll be the end of the first quarter here at Millard South. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you. And welcome back to this one. Millard South on a second down and 2 at the 12-yard line, trying to convert for another touchdown. Nolan Feller coming back from injury in the backfield for the Patriots. Motion pre-snap. They'll get off to the return man. Trying to find room to run. They'll get out of bounds. That's Nate Christensen, cornerback for Millard South, but also plays in that wide receiver and the kickoff return man. He makes a great play to get inside the 5.
Almost found the edge there. But Patriots ended up in the red zone.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 in the near. And Lincoln High just jumps. Caught him with the hard count.
Going to get Millard South even closer to the goal line now.
So I'll push them to, let's say, the 2.5. And really, is there any doubt? I mean, you have 2 play calls in my mind you could do right here. Give it off to Nolan Feller and give it off to Nolan Feller again. That's mine.
Let him do the rest.
Chet Tamala in at quarterback to give the snap to him. They're going to pitch it to Nolan Feller. He'll be absolutely crushed by a Lincoln High defender. Ball is out, and Lincoln High recovers. Wow, that is a statement play. Hit him right when they threw the pitch over to him. Heads-up play by Lincoln High. They're going to take over. Wow.
Yeah, Nolan Feller just did not see the Lincoln High defender there. Got absolutely pummeled. Lincoln High with a much-needed turnover. Try to get something going on this drive right here.
So now Remy Chapman in the Lynx offense are going to take the field. Update from Elkhorn South. They lead 3-0 up against Omaha North. Pitch over to Williams Barney, trying to find room to run. He's upended at the 6-yard line. Good job, though, by Williams Barney. Keep those legs churning, fight for some extra yards. Again, really downhill runner.
It was Caden Olin in on the play there for the tackle. A 2-way player, also a state champ wrestler, and a California Baptist commit for wrestling.
Yeah, Caden Nolan's an absolute stud. One of those guys who can play any sport. Just an all-around athlete, a guy Millard South is really fortunate to have on this football squad. I form for Lincoln High. Play action, look at his right-hand side. Gives it off to his running back, and he is hit right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like that was Caleb Panowitz in on the play. Or excuse me, that was Nizier. 3rd down and 7. And we have still yet to see Remy Chapman throw the ball more than what looks like 3 or 4 yards. When he does throw, he'll roll to the left or right-hand side and throw a dump-off pass with one of his running backs. But the wide receivers have really yet to get involved. 3rd down. Patriots showing pressure. Getting some signals from the sideline. And they're going to take a timeout. A little bit of confusion there from the Lynx side, and we'll take a quick timeout with them here on Millard South Media. Don't go away. Have a lot left with us. And we have Throne Cam on the screen right now. That is our leader, Steve Throne, athletics director here at Millard South. And what do you think he's thinking about right now, Mason?
Anything positive.
I mean, yeah,
right
he's
now.
just happy to be up. And we will take a quick break. Third down here from Millard South. Lincoln High with the football, trying to get it. Throws it up to the wide receiver. A loft pass. Incomplete, but they're going to call a PI on Javante Walker, it looks like. One of those errors you just can't have. They threw it up to Solomon White, one of their top receivers. Instead, I mean, a PI will be forced. Easy first down. I mean, sometimes that's what you have to do. Looked pretty clean to us on our side. A little bit of hand fighting. They'll call it every now and then. So that'll set up a first down for Lincoln High. Only their second first down of the ball game. They're going to push forward even more. So that'll be a gain of what looks like about 30 for Lincoln High. That'll be spotted at the 44-yard line. That's wild.
Probably Lincoln High's best drive yardage-wise this game.
Now the refs are having a meeting about it. I think there's a lot of confusion from both sides. They pushed that up a lot farther than I thought they should have.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to respot this ball, Wilson.
The Zebras talking about it. Both teams going back in the huddle. Still discussing this. And yep, now they will be, in fact, moving back. Not sure how that error can even happen by the refs. They moved him ahead 30-plus yards on a PI. That cannot happen.
Refs just have to lock themselves in here. Do better.
I mean, we don't like coming at the refs here on Millard South Media, but come on, guys. You know, if it was the first week of the year, definitely give them a little bit of credit, but the regular season finale, I mean, this should not be happening. And now they're still moving them forward. So they originally spotted them around the 25, move them up to the 45, back to the 30, and now they will end up spotting them at what looks like the 34-yard line. And we will get back to the action here with 10-13 left to go in the first half. Two receivers to the near side, I formation look here from the Lynx. Remy Chapman will give it off to his fullback, and that'll be a loss of one. And really, that has been nothing today. They keep trying to give it to their big back, Denzel Lee. And this interior for Millard South has been all over it. Harper Rutan in on the tackle. one of those players that Millard South really likes, and they're lucky to have him back next year. He's only a junior. So 2nd down and 11. I-form look. Remy Chapman takes a snap, gives off to his running back. He'll inch forward for a couple yards, extends the ball. I mean, he really laid out to get about what looks like 2 yards. Hey, you gotta have a little bit of effort like that. That was Zion Jenkins in on the run. And that's the 4th running back who's got carries so far from Lincoln. Again, they have a stable of backs they like. So 3rd down and 9 here at Buell Stadium. Lincoln's trying to make this a ball game. Millard South trying to get off the field for 2 first downs. I-form. Chapman takes a snap, look at his right-hand side, lofts it up to his receiver. And that'll be another PI on Javante Walker. And we were waiting for it up in the booth. And at some point in time, you just can't hand fight that much. They threw it up to Solomon White again. Same result. And I'll push forward Lincoln into Millard South territory. And they're taking Javante Walker out of the game there just to talk him over. 2 not great PIs. You can't have that. Now Lincoln High. This is their 3rd first down of the game. Every single first down they've had has been due to Millard South penalties. Ball will be spotted exactly at the 50. Patriots encroaching. Looking to pass. Throws it deep down the field to Zion. He'll get the catch and a little bit more. Excuse me, that was not Zion Jenkins. That was Solomon White. They threw it up for what seems like the first time all game. And that'll be a big gain. But there is a flag on the field. And I think that's going to come back on the Lynx. So when Lincoln High finally has a huge chunk play, they get hit with the flags.
And it was a beautiful throw and catch, too.
Yep, that'll go on a holding penalty.
Frustrated Lincoln High team right now. They're really looking to get that yardage and be set up nicely for a chance to score points.
So that'll back them up, and a big play that Lincoln was waiting to have is erased from the board. And now it'll be a 1st down and 15.
Lincoln High taking time in the huddle.
One receiver to the far, one to the near. They give it off to their running back, and he is met with a TFL by Jair Laquana.
Looked like he kind of caught the turf monster there. It looks like he tripped up a little early.
Didn't have that burst he usually does, and that'll be a loss of 3 for now 2nd down and 18. And Lincoln High has been slow all game long, just trying to play tempo. We know that Millard South will play tempo, but they're doing the opposite, trying to play slow as possible and really have the time tick off the clock. Chapman takes a snap, looking to pass, and he just throws it away. Nothing was there, makes the good decision. Just bowl it to the sideline. And this pressure from Millard South is getting to him immediately. He has to find a man really quick, or else he has to throw it out of bounds. And on that play, and like we've seen all game long, he opts with the second option. 3rd down and 18 for the Lynx. They've been in I formation all game long, have yet to go away from that. And they will do so here on a 3rd down and almost unmanageable. They'll get off to their fullback. He'll get nothing. And the punting crew will take the field for the Lynx. Marion Jackson set to return for Millard South. Lewis Wellstead back to kick this one off. Patriots have been trying to get a block throughout this ball game. Let's see if they can finally bring the pressure. High snap. Corrals it, though. Solid punt. It'll be fair caught at the 32-yard line by Amara Jackson. That's where the Patriots offense will set up shop for another drive. We'll take a quick break with you here on Millard South Media. And welcome back to this one. 7 minutes left to go here in the first half. Tamala takes snap, looking to pass on his right-hand side. Pitches off to Nolan Feller. Has blocking down the field at the 40. 45 still up on the outside. Now at the 40. 35-30. Cuts inside. 20. 15. 10. 5. And he'll walk in for a touchdown. Nolan Feller on a huge play. He'll go the distance for his second touchdown of the game.
And you got to give credit to DeLon Jones there. It started with him with a nice block. And Feller
did the rest. Way. And that's the unspoken part about this Millard South team. They have wide receivers who can block downfield. And that was a huge play from Millard South. PAT, Nathan Thompson in. Good snap, good haul. Kick is up, kick is good. 28-0 is your score here at Buell Stadium. And we'll take a quick break with you here at Millard South Media. And welcome back to this one. 28-0 is your score. Nolan Feller goes this distance for a Millard South touchdown, second of the game. Now Nathan Thompson to kick this one off. It'll be fair caught at the 15-yard line. And that's where the Lincoln offense will take over.
And he definitely thought he made a mistake there for catching it. He had some room in front of him.
And sometimes I think it's just better to fair catch those pooch kicks. It allows Millard South to get down the field, so if you don't end up catching it, they'll be right there to scoop up the fumble. But like you said, Mason, they just played it safe, but they did have some room to run. So Remy Chapman and the Lincoln High offense set to retake the field. Interesting drive last time they were on the field. Had 2 first downs due to PIs, and they had a big chunk play that was erased due to a holding call on their part. Let's see if they decide to air out the ball a little more, because that's been successful for them. First down and 10. They'll get off to their fullback, trying to find room on the outside, and he is absolutely corralled by Millard South. J.R. Laquana in on the tackle.
Lincoln High trying really hard there with that I formation, hitting it off to the fullback, but nothing has gone for them with that play call.
And sometimes when you have these old school teams who run I form, they run the flex bone like you see at Miller North, they refuse to go away from it. It's the only thing they know. And that's what you're seeing right here from Lincoln High. I would love to see him go in the shotgun, and you've still yet to see it. Power I formation. They're going to get off to the running back, Corlin Barney. And he'll get nothing. Truck backwards for maybe even a loss of 1, and that'll set up a 3rd down and 13. Or no, 3rd down and 14. Six minutes left to go here in the first half. It's been all Patriots so far. Student section getting into it and getting loud. And they're going to call another timeout on the Lincoln High end to figure this one out. We'll take a quick break with them. And welcome back to this one. Lincoln High taking over. Third down, looking back to pass. And he'll just throw it out of bounds. Patriots pass rush was all over him.
Could have been a safety there.
Yeah, I mean, not really a heads-up play. Ran back about 10 yards.
He was tackled low, looked like by Jamison Rayner. A late flag has just come in.
I think that was after the play. And they're going to call that a safety. Wait.
Roughing the passer? Did they just call roughing
So
the passer?
He just made a safety symbol from the end zone.
Like,
It's intentional grounding. Did that happen in the end zone, however? So, yep, it will be a safety. After all, the ref made the safety symbol. We were a little bit confused up in the booth, but that'll be a safety by the Patriots, and the score will now be 30-0. So the Patriots will get the ball back on a safety punt. And I mean, Mason, take us through what just happened. I don't think he was in the end zone when he threw that ball away. It looked very close.
it was close. It was right around, the goal line there.
But they're going to call that a safety because it was a intentional grounding. And if you're in the end zone and you have an intentional grounding, that's an automatic safety. So Lincoln High will kick off after the safety, and this could be dangerous when you have a Marna Jackson and DeLon Jones back there to return. They could pop off for a touchdown at any point in time. Just a high kick. And Marna will get under. There'll be no return. He really wanted that one. I think he knew it too. He thought he might have been able to pop one loose.
He's really shined on the offensive ball the entire year. Just looking to shine on special teams as well. Couldn't quite make anything happen, though.
So ball is spotted at the 44-yard line. That's where Millard South will take over. The starters are still in. Interesting to see if Nolan Feller is still in. Yep, he is. So really hasn't been on a snap count at all. Played all but one drive here for Millard South and already has 2 touchdowns. He's been great today. Jet Jamala takes a snap, look at his right-hand side, and the players are going to call it dead. Delay a game. That's a second so far for Millard South. These small mistakes they can't afford to have. Even up 30-0, you got to clean that up going into the playoffs.
A ton of penalties have been called as well in this game, if you're just tuning in.
So that'll be a first down in now 15, spotted at the 39-yard line. Jamal takes a snap, looking to pass. Plenty of time in the pocket, now steps up. Now he's going to scramble. Makes a move on a man. He's still up at the 40, 45, 40. Gets to the outside, still up. 25, 20, he might go. And he'll be drug out of bounds at the 15-yard line. We've harped about this all year, Mason. Jetamala, they keep saying he's a pro-style quarterback, but he just showed you some wheels right there.
Yeah, the coaching staff has kind of established him as a pocket passer, but when they need him to run with the football, he can do it.
And he made a couple great plays. Now the Patriots are inside the red zone at the 15-yard line. Two receivers to the far side. They'll fake the pass over to him. Looking to the right-hand side now. Marion Jackson lofts it up, and he'll get in for the touchdown. What a play! Lofts it up to their best receiver, number 9, Amarion. My goodness. Touchdown, Patriots.
What an athlete that kid is. Great job of elevating himself again and high-pointing that football and bringing it in. It's
not a 50-50 ball when Amarion Jackson's in town. He makes it look easy, more like a 90-10 ball. PAT, good snap, good hole, kick is up, and the kick is true. And the lead is now 37-0 here at Buell Stadium. Millard South taking care of business. We'll take a quick break. And back to this one. We're under 5 minutes left to go here in the first half, and Millard South has a commanding 37-0 lead against Lincoln High. Kick out there from Nathan Thompson. That'll be bobbled. And Lincoln High lucky to get under it. That'll be terrible, terrible formation.
Special teams miscues were just killers at times. Not what Lincoln High wanted to have happen at all.
So that'll be spotted at the 6-yard line. Not a good position to be in for Remy Chapman and the Lynx offense. Let's get a score update around the Metro. Starting off with Papio La Vista with a 21-0 lead against North Platte. Now going to Kearney. This is a huge game for seeding purposes, and Kearney taking care of business so far at halftime, 21-0. Now to Elkhorn South, game of the week against Omaha North. They're still up 3-0. Grunton is up 21-14 against Lincoln East. And Miller West and Bryan still tied up at 0-0 apiece. .452 left to go here in the first half. Lynx inside their own 10 on the I formation. That's going to be a timeout from Lincoln High. That'll be their last of the first half, and we'll be forced to take one with them. And welcome back to this one. First down and 10 for the Lynx. I form. Remy Chapman gives up to his running back, Corlin Barney. He has a room to run. Found a hole right up the middle. That'll be a gain of about 6. That's the first time Lincoln High really has had a big hole in that A-gap. That's a nice play for momentum for both the running back and the O-line. Lynx taking their time. I think they're content with not giving Millard South the ball back. And just hoping they can drive out the clock in this drive, maybe go down and score a field goal at best. I-form look. They're going to right back to Cortland Barney. That'll be nothing. Millard South all over the second time around. That'll force a third down. Third down and 3 at the 13-yard line. Now under 4 minutes left to go here in the first half. Lynx taking their time, having a couple substitutions. Ten seconds left to go here in the play clock. I-form look. 3rd and 3. Chapman takes a snap, has trouble with it, and he'll just get under it for a loss of 1. And that'll force the punting crew to take the field once again.
Could have ended really badly there. Millard South was very close to getting on top of that before the quarterback did.
And that's the second time they've had a fumble this game where they're lucky to get under it in time. And now what seems like about the 6th or 7th punt here from the Lynx. The punter will be in their own end zone.
And Millard South's probably going to end up with really great field position as well.
They're showing a block look, trying to get to him. Punt is off. And Marion Jackson will just fair catch it at the 37-yard line. Great field position for Millard South. Trying to tack on one more touchdown before the end of the first half. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back with you. And welcome back to this one. And Ian Langer, the senior, is in at quarterback. Gets a strong ovation from the crowd here. It's a fan favorite. Look out to the running back, fighting for some extra yards. Gain of a couple.
Yeah, wanting to give the seniors some last playing time before the regular season ends.
And yeah, that was Austin Summers there with the carry. Another senior. Wouldn't that just be great if one of these seniors gets in the end zone? Guy doesn't really play much. I mean, that'd be great. Play action look from Ian Langer. Pitches it off, and that'll be incomplete. Intended receiver was Daxton Williams.
A little too far on the flat route there.
So I'll set up a 3rd down and 1. Starting O-line still in the game for Millard South, along with Marion Jackson, DeLon Jones. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Motion pre-snap by DeLon Jones. They'll fake it to him, and Ian Langer's going to take him himself. Gets the first down and more. Cuts it inside. Now he's at the 15, and he'll work inside to about the 14-yard line. Good open field tackle there by the Lynx, but Ian Langer makes a pay with some great vision down the field.
Great physicality, too. You got to give him a lot of credit for that.
First down at the 15-yard line for Millard South. Austin Summers in at running back for the Patriots. Ian Langer in at quarterback. He'll take the snap. Look at his right-hand side to pass. Throws up to Isaac Jensen. Dangerous pass. Jensen did not look back to the ball. Looks like they were just off schedule.
I think if Langer would have threw that a little bit higher, Isaac Jensen could have had an opportunity there.
And that'll set up a 2nd down and 10. Minute 37 left to go here in this one. Motion by Marion Jackson. Ian Langer will take it himself, working inside, gets the first down, fighting for the end zone. He'll get in. Ian Langer, the senior, in for the touchdown. The Patriots will extend their lead. And that's just pure-blooded physicality. Ian Langer puts his head down and makes the Lynx pay.
Yeah, showing a little bit of Heinrich Harburg physicality.
Oh, absolutely. Well, so that's a good name drop there. We'll see if he can do that tomorrow against Northwestern. PAT crew is in. Nathan Thompson has made all of them today, no problem. Good snap, good hole, kick is up, and the kick is good for Nathan Thompson. The lead is now 44-0 here at Buell Stadium, and we'll take a quick break for the end of the first half. Don't go away. And welcome back to this one here at Millard South Media. Patriots go down the field, get another touchdown. Now it's 44-0. Lincoln High corrals it at about their end zone, trying to make a move on the kick return, and he is absolutely stuffed. Couple guys in on the play. Looks like number 37, Austin Whiskey, got to him. That's another senior. He makes a big play on senior night.
Special teams just being really efficient for the Patriots here tonight.
About a minute 30 left to go here in the first half. Would not be surprised if we saw Lincoln potentially even do a kneel at this point in time. Be content with the score as it is. Don't want to get any worse going into halftime. Remy Chapman and the offense take the field. Under center. Takes a snap, gives off to his running back, Williams cornering Barney. Nothing again. This Patriots defensive line has been all over it all game long, and they continue to be.
And you would think Lincoln High is just going to let the clock run here and go into the half trying to, adjust.
Yep, they're taking their time. Both teams seem content about not taking any timeouts. Now under a minute in the first half. I form once again here from the Lynx. Chapman takes a snap, gives off to his back. Barney again. Fight for some extra yards. But he'll be down about the 19 for a gain of 3. Lincoln has a decision to make. Do they want to have another snap? Well, they're going to go to halftime like this. Wisdom is signaling his guys to go to the locker room. A couple of guys are already leaving the field. Lincoln really hasn't signaled yet. And up now it looks like they're ready to go to halftime. So that is your score here at Buell Stadium at half. Millard South Patriots up 44-0. But do not go away. We have a halftime show coming to you in about 10 minutes here on Millard South Media, and we'll be back with the second half. And welcome to the halftime show presented to you by Millard South Media. The score at Buell Stadium right now, 44-0. Millard South taking care of business. But before we get back to this game, let's talk about some of the other games going around the Metro. Let's get some score updates. Starting off with North Platte, 0-21. Papillion La Vista taking care of business on home turf. Now Kearney in Norfolk. That was a big game for seeding implications. Kearney so far, 21-0. Also doing a good job there. Elkhorn South and Omaha North, that's the game of the week. 3-0. Elkhorn South with the lead, hoping to get that one to secure the 3 seed in the playoffs. Now to Gretna and Lincoln East. That one is 21-14. The Dragons have the lead so far at halftime. And then Creighton Prep, this is our latest score for them, 7-0. But let's get into our rankings. And this is the final rankings we have going into the playoffs. Westside at number 1, Millard South number 2, of course. You have Omaha North at number 3 and Elkhorn South at number 4. So those two will be decided after their bout in about 1 hour who the number 3 really is. Kearney taking care of business like we talked about. Bellevue West is an interesting team. They got Isaac McMorris back from injury, and he's been a big factor for them. They went from being not great when he was out along with Davon Hall, but since his return, they've been the team that we thought they could be. Millard West, really big dip in the rankings after their loss to Lincoln Southeast a couple weeks ago. And Lincoln Southeast, talking about them, they're now at that 10th spot with a record of 5-3. Now going to our projected playoffs. Get that on the screen for you real quick. Westside set to play Creighton Prep, the rivalry matchup in the first round. They'll replay their matchup in week 1 where Westside took care of business handily. Papillion La Vista and Bellevue West set to match off. Again, this is just a projected playoffs. Likely this will not be the way it shakes out, but as of right now, this is how it will appear. But that Papio Bell West game, really, really solid. Another game that kind of jumps out to me, Kearney Grand Island. Grand Island and Kearney, that one was a 3-point ball game a couple weeks ago. 10-7 was the final score. I think that could be another close one. Grand Island has had a recipe for Kearney the last couple of years. They've been able to beat them a couple times, so we'll see about that one. A lot of really good matchups. Gretna and Omaha North, Millard West and Millard North, another Millard battle. So that's the projected playoffs as they lie right now. If you're a Millard South fan, you'll play North Star in the first round and have a rematch with Gretna, or potentially playing Omaha North, who I know a lot of Patriot fans are scared of playing again. That'll be your matchup in the second round. As of right now, when we come back for the post-game show after this one, we will have what we think will be the final playoff projections set in stone once these games are over. So you do not want to go away. After the game is over, we will expose for the first time who Millard South will be playing in the first round and what their road looks like to Lincoln. So that's been the halftime show here at Millard South Media. I'm Wilson Dittman. And yeah, this has been a really fun game here at Millard South. 44-0. Patriots have been taking care of business offensively. Nolan Feller, he's had a great game so far. Coming off of injury, that's the exact type of thing you want to see. He looks ready to go for playoff action. Ian Langer came in as a backup quarterback, got a touchdown. Jet Tamala had a really good game today. Threw a couple passes that he shouldn't have, but his leading receiver, Martin Jackson, made up for him. Man, he's a stud. So this Patriots team really taking care of business on Millard South turf. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back for the second half here on Millard South Media. Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. And welcome back to Millard South football. The Patriots up 44-0, and they're set to receive. And let's get the second half started.
Cole Butler ready to kick off for Lincoln High. Fielded. Nice little yardage, almost up to the 50-yard line. Vontae Jackson there.
And that was a great play by Vontae Jackson. Not a guy who plays much for Millard South, but man, made a great play there. Let's get to our sponsors really quick, starting off with Corner Kick. Check out the Corner Kick, Millard's best sports bar, located just down the street at 138th and P. Offers Omaha's best fajitas, phenomenal street tacos, and a private party room. Locally owned by Millard residents who proudly support Millard South Athletics. Next time you want excellent food at a great price, visit the Corner Kick at 138th and P. Now going on to Erickson Cedarstrom, providing you 55 years of legal excellence. Please contact them over at Erickson Cedarstrom. Back to this one.
Ian Langer still in for the Patriots. Takes the snap, sets back, steps forward, evades one tackler, fires, and that's going to be caught. Nice catch there. Great yardage. That was Ben Meneschetti there.
Senior connection right there. Ian Langer made a great play up in the pocket to step up, evade one man, find the open guy. Ben Meneschetti is a guy that we really thought would get some more touches this year, but we'd like to see that right now.
Trips to the near side, one on the far. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Feller. Runs up the right side of the field, gets knocked down around the 30-yard line. Millard South with a good drive going here to open up the second half.
And, man, Ian Langer, he's just so physical. Downhill runner. You don't see that much of the quarterback position. He'll make you pay with his legs. Now a first down inside Lincoln territory. Patriots still going tempo. A lot of the backups in.
Langer takes the snap. Sets his feet wide open. That's going to be number 23. That's Caleb Welch. Another senior you don't see get a lot of playing time. He scores a touchdown. You love to see it.
Another senior-to-senior connection. That was a great play by Ian Langer, but even a better play by Caleb Welch to find an open spot in the coverage and get in for a touchdown. And this Patriot lead has been extended even further, Mason.
Yeah, one of my friends there, Caleb Welch. I'm happy that got into the end zone.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you love to see that. I love to see friends get in the end zone.
Nathan Thompson to kick the extra point. Looks like right down the middle.
The Patriots are going to extend their lead 51-0. There was a flag after the play. Nathan Thompson got hit. I wonder what that will be. And that'll be an unsportsmanlike on Millard South. I think they gave him a little bit of taunting after they hit Nathan Thompson. You know, that's bound to happen every now and then. But we will take a quick break with you here on Millard South Media. Lead is extended to 51-0.
Nathan Thompson ready to kick off to the Lynx here. Lynx just looking to have anything go their way because nothing really has so far this ball game.
And really, I'm just looking Lincoln to have a little bit of fun out there. This is your last game. A lot of these seniors on Lincoln, this will be their last football game ever of their career. Have some fun. Make some memories, guys.
It was Terrell Patterson who just fielded that. Decent yardage up to the 30, you could say.
Yeah, good yardage after the personal foul. After the PAT, Nathan Thompson got into it with a couple Lincoln players. Thought he hit him a little early. Well, you'll take that. I mean, come on. You'll have a little bit of fun out there, chirp a little bit. You'd like to see your kicker do that. If your kicker can chirp a little bit, everybody else will, you know?
Lincoln High still in the I formation. They've been that way pretty much the entire ball game. Hands off to his back. Nothing going, just a few yards there. Stuffed by the Patriots defensive line.
This D-line, man, I mean, it's been a presence all year long. And even with a lot of the backups in, they're still dominating. A couple guys in there that they really like for their future. Specifically, one of them, number 66, Antonio Harris, plays both sides of the football. A guy they really like in their trenches one way or another.
Once again, lining up in the I. Lenny rolls out to the right. Felt the pressure and kind of just dumped it over his receiver's head there. Not a good look, really. It's going to be third down here. 3rd down and 8.
And we've seen that, it feels like a million times this game, where the D-line will get there so quick. Remy Chapman has no choice but to throw it away. Interesting to see that all the starters for Lincoln are still in the ball game. I imagine that's going to be the way until the very end. They didn't travel too many players, only about a total of, let's say, I think it looks like 30 players total. Not very many made the trip up to Omaha. Big 3rd down here.
2 on the far side for the Lynx, or the near side, excuse me. Still nothing going there as they try to do something with this run game.
Punting crew will take the field for the Lynx. Every drive they've had has resulted in a punt.
Looks like Taurus Red, the sophomore for South, is going to be back to field the punt, and Nate Christensen.
A little trickeration having 2 guys back there. Taurus Rudd's another young player they really like. Guy who can play DB or wide receiver.
Fair caught by Christensen. Patriots are going to have it around the 35-yard line.
And I will remind the viewers, there is a running clock for the rest of this one. Clock only stops after possession changes or a touchdown. .7:30 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Patriots taking over.
Ian Langer back to take the snap. Austin Summers on his right side. Summers takes the handoff. Got some room to run, and really nice play there.
It's a gain of about 15. I really love the way Austin Summers just ran that football. Old school running back, just puts his head down, says, hey, if anybody's in the way, you're going to get run over. Well, nice run there by Austin Summers.
He may not have the height, but he sure has the size to make some plays for this Patriots offense. Ian Langer in the shotgun. Hands off to Austin Summers. Couple yards up to around the 45-yard line. Going to be 2nd and 6 for the Pats here. Millard South subbing in and subbing out.
It looks like there'll be a penalty. They'll be backed up 5 yards. And I'm really intrigued to see a couple of these players for Millard South that we haven't seen all year long. Maybe a Carter Colomb Sr., Owen Zeck in there, number 7. And there is a player down on the Lynx side. Looks like it just is probably a cramp, but he is in pain. We'll take a quick break with you here on Millard South Media. You don't want to see that.
And it was Javaria Mason who went down for the Lynx. Had to be carried off the sideline. Ian Langer rolls out, hits his receiver.
That's Owen Zek with the catch. Yeah, going back to Javaria Mason, the guy who went down with a cramp, that's a guy that this Lynx team really likes, been all over the field. And he's a senior. You don't want to see that in his final game ever as a high schooler. But hopefully he can get back in this ball game. Look like just a cramp. He should be all right.
Yeah, a player who's helped out that Lynx team, and it really shows on paper. Ian Langer running right up the middle, breaking some tackles. Another nice physical play. The Patriots continue to drive on the Lynx in this third quarter.
Another man down for the Lynx. Yeah, I just think people are cramping up. It is a hot night here at Buell Stadium. It's not exactly the hottest night, but we're looking at about 65 degrees. It feels like 70 out there, so you'll see that cramps start to come up when it's anything over 60 degrees. And again, you don't want to see that. We'll take another quick break.
Empty backfield for the Patriots. Owen Zek going in motion to the other side of the field. Langer with the option. Pitched off to Owen Zek.
And a great spin move to stay up and fight for some extra yards. Owen Zek's not the biggest player, but there's a reason why he's on varsity. Really shifty, pretty quick for his size. And a guy that Millard South feels really confident in if they can get some weight on him.
2nd down and 3 with about 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Millard South back in the gun. Ian Langer quickly pitches it off to Dax Williams right up the middle for some nice, easy yardage.
And really quick, let's get some score updates. Starting off with North Star, we just got their score, 24-6 against Columbus. They're taking care of business. Thought Columbus might pull the upset, but looks like they will not. Gretna up 28-14 against Lincoln East. Miller West taking care of business against Bryan, 42-7. Elkhorst now up 10-0 against Omaha North, and Kearney also taking care of business against Norfolk, 35-6.
Millard South trips to the far side, one to the near, hands it off to Summers. Picked up a lot of yardage. There was a big gap for him as the Patriots.
And just bullied his way inside, put his head down, popped some extra yards, and now sending out a 1st down and goal about the 3-yard line. Let's go back to Austin Summers, get another touchdown. Under 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter.
Takes the snap. Austin Summers again, right up the middle. Touchdown Patriots as they extend their lead.
I mean, right like we said, just give it off to Austin Summers, let him do the rest. The senior, the big play, and another flag's on the field. I think they're going to catch him with too much celebration. I mean, come on, refs. Let them have a bit of fun. It's senior night.
Yeah,
come on.
Yes, seniors fired up here.
Yep. You'll love to see that. I mean, these are sometimes some of the only games they've played in their entire career on a varsity level. And let them have a little bit of fun out there. I mean, that's a memory they're going to remember for the rest of their life. PAT crew is on the field.
Nathan Thompson for the extra point. Patriots now up 58-0 on this Lynx team.
And we'll take a quick break with you here on Millard South Media. Patriots taking care of business in their regular season finale. And we will be right back. And really quick, I'd like to thank our sponsors, starting off with the Corner Kick. Check out the Corner Kick, Millard's best sports bar, located just down the street at 138th and P. It offers Omaha's best fajitas, phenomenal street tacos, and a private party room. Locally owned by Millard residents who proudly support Millard South Athletics. Next time you want excellent food at a great price, visit the Corner Kick at 138th and P. And now going to Erickson Cedarstrom, finding you 55 years of legal excellence. Please contact them over at Erickson Cedarstrom for anything legality. They do it better than anybody in Omaha. Now back to this one. Patriots set to kick things off. Placed at the 25-yard line after a little bit of too much celebration on the touchdown. Let's see what they can do here. Three minutes, 43 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Great kick by Nathan Thompson.
Fielded by the Lynx. Try to find something. Nothing going still.
Now, as the Lynx take over on offense, I want to talk about one of our keys to the game, and that was just to stay healthy on the Millard South end, and I'm happy to report that they did just that. Nobody went down today. Yeah, I mean, you got to stay healthy going into the postseason. You've already been hit with the injury bug more than any other team in Class A. Absolutely got to stay healthy and have your best foot forward. You're playing some really good teams when the playoffs start up. And again, we will have that on Millard South Media, so do not go away. Next week, we will have the first round with you and the second round, assuming Millard South wins the first.
High takes the snap, rolls out of the right. Quick pitch. Tipped off the receiver's hands up into the air. Scary play there.
That was a really weird pitch. It looks like he just bowled it in there. And Williams Corny Barney, I mean, he made a great play to tip it up back to himself, and Barney got under it.
Yeah, I think the quarterback was looking at the defenders before he looked at his the guy he pitched it to. Lynx still in this I formation. Haven't gone away from it. The handoff stuffed right at the line of scrimmage.
And that'll set up a 3rd down and 17. I've just been impressed with this Millard South defense. You have the second team on right now, and they've been just as impressive against the Lincoln first stringers. This is a really deep football team, and there's a lot of young talent that they're feeling good about having in the upcoming years.
It's important to note that Lewis Wellstead, sophomore, is in now at quarterback for the Lynx.
And that's their punter, too. He's been all over the field for them.
Rolls out to the left, tries to find someone, airs it out, and nothing doing still.
Now the punt crew will take over with 1 minute left to go. Running clock, I should remind you, for the rest of this one. 2 return men back for the Patriots, Taurus Rudd and Nate Christensen. See if they can do a little bit of trickeration. Why not? You know, why not?
1 minute to go in this third quarter. Christensen and Red back for the Pats. High punt, a floater, fielded by Christensen. Goes off to the right side, tries to make guys miss, but gets wrapped up. I think a flag may have been thrown too.
Yeah, there was a flag thrown. Looked about the 40-yard line.
I would assume maybe holding.
Yeah, I think that'll go on Millard South. Back him up a little bit. Block in the back. Zebra's making the decision. Yep, and that will go on Millard South, blocking the back. So I'll back him up about 10 yards. Ball is going to be spotted at the 40.
Patriots in the pistol formation. Hands it off to his back. For some decent yardage.
Nice job by Isaiah Trailer to cut it back inside. We haven't seen much of Isaiah too much in this game. That was our X factor, but that's his first carry. Clock is running. I don't think they're going to get another snap off. They're putting up the fours. We're going to the fourth quarter here at Buell Stadium, and we have a a third quarter show, light show. We're going to show that here. And welcome back to this one. Start of the fourth quarter here at Buell Stadium. Millard South has lead 58-0.
Empty backfield. Guy in motion. Fakes the handoff. Ian Langer up the middle. Let's put a spin move on a guy. Making other guys miss.
Still up.
Teammate. A stiff arm attempt. Still carrying guys. What a play.
And Ian Langer, I mean, we just keep talking about how powerful he is. He showed it right there. A couple stiff arms, trucked a man, and stayed up for a gain. Oh, my goodness. Ian Langer, this guy could play running back. That's how physical he is. Now the ball is spotted at the 15-yard line. Patriots trying to tack in a couple more on senior night.
Patriots back in the gun. Trips to the far side. Trailer taking the handoff. Couple yards right up the middle. Patriots now at around the 10-yard line. 11 minutes to go in the fourth.
Patriots going slow, getting a signal from the sideline.
Trailer motion to the far side. Ian Langer takes it in the middle. There's going to be a flag thrown. Let's see what the officials call.
And that'll go on Millard South. That'll back him up a couple yards. Hold. Running clock, about 10 minutes left to go in this one. Patriots backed up.
Langer takes the snap, rolls out to the left, cuts back to the inside.
Man, he is hit hard by one of the defensive linemen.
Taking
Pops
physicality
up,
into
and his
account
helmet
there.
came out. Wow. So he's got to come out for a play. I think Jet Tamala will re-enter the ball game. And we'll see who they send. So it will not be Jet Tamala. They're going to send out number 33 for Millard South. That's
Blake
McAndrews. That's a freshman quarterback. He's going to get a snap. His first ever varsity snap. Blake McAndrews here for one play.
Going to be a special moment for him.
Imagine if you scored a touchdown here. Here we go. Third down.
Takes the snap, hands off to Trailer. Right up the middle for just a couple yards.
And they're going to mark him right around the first down line. I think they're going to give it to him. And they will. So that'll be a first down and goal. And interesting, Blake McAndrews staying on the field. I think Ian Langer got a little banged up, so expect Andrews to finish off this drive.
Trips to the near side for South. Andrews takes the snap, fakes the handoff, dives, maybe lost his balance early there. So Patriots ease up right to the goal line. Clock, of course, continuing to run.
Yeah, let's see if Andrews can get in for a touchdown. That would be huge.
Hands it off to Trailer, right up the middle, touchdown. Made it look easy.
Millard South for another touchdown. That's their 9th of the game. This time it's Isaiah Trailer. And they're just making quick work of Lincoln High in their final regular season game for the playoffs.
Nathan Thompson on for the extra point. Good. Millard South now with a 65-0 lead. Complete dominance.
Absolutely. And we're going to take a quick break with them here on Millard South Media.
Patriots ready to kick it off to the Lynx. Eight minutes left to go in the ballgame. Fielded in the end zone, going to be a touchback. Lynx about to set up shop here. Millard South really, rebounding from the loss last week. They were angry, they were frustrated. They fought hard this game, and the score shows that.
Absolutely. Yep, 8 minutes left to go here in this ball game. We'll see if Lincoln can form themselves a little bit of a drive and make it sure Millard South doesn't get the ball back. Good running clock for the rest of this one.
Lynx still in the I formation, split out wide, one on each side. They do another fullback handoff that goes nowhere. Once again, that play has not worked at all for them this entire game.
Delay a game, too. That's before the snap. So it'll still be a first down, but a first down at 15. At some point, you got to feel a little bad for the Lincoln High. I always get a little I get kind of sad. This is the last ever game. You don't want to go out like this. You're hoping some of the seniors make some efforts, and give themselves a couple good memories. It's always sad when the football season comes to an end.
Yeah,
this is nonetheless.
I completely feel that. Just want to take something out of this game. Looks like Millard South may have jumped early there. False start, actually, on the Lynx. Going to be another penalty.
Yep, that'll go on Millard South.
It was on Millard South. I was right the first time.
Let's have some score updates around the Metro. Been begging for the Ralston score. Ralston is unfortunately down 48-7 against Plattsmouth, but we are happy to report here on Millard South Media that Ralston is locked in at the playoffs, so they will have a game next week. I know a lot of people are really interested in Ralston for whatever reason. Kearney taking care of business against Norfolk. That will end up being a win for them. They're up 35-7 in the fourth. North Platte still down 21-0. The play right there. I'll go for nothing. Back to some of the scores. Elkhorn South 10-0 against Omaha North in the fourth quarter. That is an interesting one. The fact that Omaha North has 0 points, man, that high-powered offense. North Stars about to beat Columbus 38-6. Gretna taking care of business against Lincoln East 31-14. And that's really all of it. Do not go away, though. After this ball game, we will have a postgame show, and we will be going over everything, and we will be the first people to know who Millard South will take on next week, what the road to Lincoln will be. Back to this one.
This time, fakes hand off to the fullback. The quarterback keeps it. Nothing doing. Going to be third down here as the clock continues to run in the final minutes of this game.
Can we see one shotgun formation? I mean, maybe just one time, Lincoln High. Why not? Why not?
You would think they adjust in some way.
You gotta love it. I mean, it's not their playbook. But you gotta respect their commitment.
This time the I-back takes the handoff. Not much going. It's going to be fourth down as they bring out their punt crew. Millard South is probably going to be the last drive here.
So you have about 4:30 left to go on this one. They could articulate another drive if they really wanted to.
You would think Millard South would just keep
I
running
think,
the
but
football.
more likely or not, they will run the football, end this one, and go into the playoffs happy.
Lynx with the punt off. High floater fielded.
And he'll be down at the 50-yard line. Yeah, I mean, didn't want a fair catch that, give himself a chance. You got to respect it. Crowd getting into it. Cheerleaders pumping up the student section. Celebration station all over Buell Stadium. Not sure what's going on, but, man, the crowd just got really into it all of a sudden.
I suppose you're just
let's
fired up.
I mean, let's get a camera on there right now. Why not? Cheerleaders getting everyone going. The student section. You got to love this about high school sports. Nothing like it. Let's get back to the action on the field, though, on the last drive of the game. And Dylan Chamber is in the game. I think that is why everybody is so excited. Isaiah Traylor making a great play himself, but that is why everybody is so excited. Number 59, Dylan Chamber, is on the field for Millard South. Fan favorite, and he makes one of his first appearances of the season. And the crowd,
an example of, it's more than
a game.
Yeah,
more than a game. And the crowd loves this, man. This is awesome. This is awesome.
Austin Summers up the middle. Nice yardage.
Working his way inside. He'll get down at about the 7-yard line. I mean, now you have a decision time if you're Millard South. 2 minutes left to go. You can get back in the end zone if you want to. Take it away, Mason.
Yep, Millard South just closing this one out. Dylan Chamber, of course, coming in, and the fans just love to see it. It's great it's great for us up in the booth to see it too. It's really special and really good memories being created.
Can we get Dylan Chamber a touchdown? That's what Millard South Media wants to know right now. That's what
we want.
The stadium will go crazy. And no, it looks like they're just going to kneel it. They're content.
Millard South should only need to knee it probably like one more time, 2 more times, and then this one will be over and it'll be time,
Time
for
to
the
get
postseason.
Absolutely, get the handshake line going, and it's time to focus on the playoffs. One minute left to go here at Buell Stadium. 1 or 2 more stabs will do it for the Patriots. Crowd really getting into it. Go back to Cal. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't move it. Keep it. But we want to go to it. We want to go to it after the game. Like right when the game's over. Because they'll get tight. Clock is still running. Looked like there was a flag there.
Millard South should only need to knee it this one last time, and that'll do it. And the players are all coming together with Dylan Chamber.
And
great scene there.
Show the student section cam real quick here. Millard South wins this one 65-0 on senior night. What a scene at Buell Stadium. Nobody does it like Millard South. To have Dylan Chamber go in the ball game, get the crowd as excited as they did. Students showed up, cheer squad showed up, everybody showed up. This has been a great one. Mason, what do you got?
It just means more in the sport of football, well said. Millard South with great, energy. They're going to be, really looking forward to what's to come in round one or in their first playoff game.
We're going to take a quick break with you here on Millard South Media, and we'll be back for the post-game show in about 1 minute, and we will go over who Millard South will likely play. It is almost set in stone next week, and remember, that matchup will be here on Millard South Media. And welcome into the post-game show here at Millard South Media. I'm Wilson Dittman, joined alongside my partner Mason Steinhoff. And before we get into talking about the game, let's talk about who Millard South will play next week. So if the scores stand as they are right now, it is set in stone. Millard South will play North Star next week. Again, that is if all the scores stay as they are right now. Millard South will play North Star here on Millard South Media. And if you're wondering who they're going to play second round, it looks like it will be either Omaha North or a rematch versus Gretna. So watch out for that one here at Millard South Media. We have coverage over the first, second, and third round, so you're definitely going to check us out for that. But let's get to the game. 65-0 is the score. Mason, what's your takeaway from this one in the regular season finale?
Yeah, the Patriots just angry. They used that in this win today. They played well in all aspects of the game. Disappointing to see Lincoln High not really, make noise, but, I guess there's always next year.
Yeah, I mean, this is a special. You always want to end senior night with a W. A lot of guys who don't usually play got a touchdown. That's so special. And to see Dylan Chamber, just a guy who this team has really rallied around a team favorite, a school favorite to go in at the end of the game. That was special to see. This Millard South team, man, they're looking really good going to the playoffs. Nolan Feller had a great game today coming off of injury. This is a team that is dangerous, very dangerous. They will go into the playoffs as the 2 seed, and we are hoping this will be the year that they can make it to Memorial Stadium. And if we do, in fact, make it to Memorial Stadium, we will have a live radio broadcast, live from the press box. You will not want to miss that. But, again, we will be back next week as we likely will play North Star in the first round, but that's going to be special. Man, just awesome stuff. Mason, what do you got? Anything else?
Roll Pats.
Roll Pats, baby. We will be back next week here on Millard South Media. Before we go away, I want to thank everybody who's helped out this broadcast. Of course, me, Wilson Dittman, and, of course, Mason Steinhoff have been calling with you. Tate Williams doing production. We had Connor Rhodes being our director today, Jesse Bach and James Kramer on camera. Again, this is a team effort. Everybody did so well today. This was an awesome production. So, as always, those guys are the real MVPs. I mean, us callers, we look good. We're on the mic. The people behind the scenes doing camera, doing production, and being the director, those are the real MVPs. So, everybody, thank you for them. But, as always, this has been us here at Millard South Media. See you next week, everybody.